Hey guys, Tony with Millennial Millionaire, and I'm here today to talk to you about investing. So we got recently a question from one of our blog followers, and they asked, how do you start investing? And this was just an awesome question because as millennials we have a lot of time to start growing our wealth, but also we're not taught about it in school. Elementary school, high school, college. No one really talks about, hey, how do I invest? How do I build wealth? So thank you for asking the question. And today we're going to talk about the very base groundwork for investing. Everyone always wants to go out and buy the next big stock, the next Facebook, the next Snapchat. And we really don't recommend that here at Millennial Millionaire. So today this video is about how do you lay the groundwork to get ready to start investing. So the first thing you want to have is you want to have $1,000. I say $1,000 in liquid cash. And this is not to buy stocks with. This is also not to buy a car with. This is strictly just to have it. It does you no good to have a lot of investments if you can't pay your monthly rent. It's kind of backwards. So we always like to say cover your bills first. Get yourself on a really nice foundation so that way you can start investing for the long term. So that $1,000 in cash will cover any major car repairs that come up. We call it just a basic emergency fund. I like to have it in cash, have it very close and accessible to you. The next thing you need to do is work hard on getting out of debt. This includes student loans, car loans, credit card. The reason I say get out of debt is the whole point of investing is to grow your money. And a normal stock return might be 9 or 10% in a given year. You can easily earn much more than that by cutting up your credit card and paying it off. Typically you might pay 22% interest rate. So it's just much better investment to pay off all your debt, and it also helps you focus on the future on growing your money. A lot of really wealthy people were asked what was something very important for you to get where you are today, and getting out of debt was one of those major things that everyone focused on. So we recommend getting out of debt, paying off your student loans, cutting up credit cards. All of those things are a great investment. Finally, after you've got your $1,000 and you've paid off all your debt, we recommend growing your emergency fund to cover any time you might be out of a job. Or you might need more money than you expected. This is a bigger emergency fund. Say maybe 3 to 6 months of all your expenses. And this, if you can do all those three things, then you're definitely on your way to start investing. If you can't do any of those three things, then you really need to start looking, we need to take it a step back and start looking at budgeting and looking at your behavior with money. So at the very ground level, this is like investing 101. This is more of the defensive. Investing is you go on offense, this is defense. So get $1,000, pay off all your debt, and get a really nice emergency fund. The good thing about this is while you're doing all of those things, you can be actively learning, actively reading, and learning how to invest for the future. So a couple really high level things. Investing is very based on behavior. So always remember to keep it simple. Don't challenge yourself and make it too crazy complicated. It's about keeping it simple. And this takes a lot of time. But you got to remember you're investing to when you're 65 or 70 years old. So time is something we as millennials have a little bit more of. So get your $1,000, pay off your credit cards, pay off your debt, build an emergency fund. Always remember this takes time, and always keep learning, and finally keep it simple. Stay tuned for the next lesson on investing, and we'll get into a little bit more specifics about how to invest. Thanks, and have an awesome day.